Let's get right to that Fox News alert. Fears of another terror attack growing by the minute as the man behind the truck massacre in Berlin remains on the run.
ISIS now praising their, quote, soldier for the horrific attack. Amy Kellogg's live for us in Milan, Italy with the breaking developments. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Heather and Pete. German investigators are following more than 500 leads, but that mass murderer remains at large. As you mentioned, ISIS claimed responsibility, but German investigators are saying that simply they don't know whether or not that claim is valid or simply opportunistic, and whether or not that, quote, soldier acted alone or was part of a wider cell with support. ISIS had been calling for truck attacks in the month prior to the mass murder in Berlin. 12 dead, 48 wounded, and an armed and dangerous man or persons at large. The web of grief and agony spreads far and wide, with people still missing yet not identified, from Israel to here in Italy. The previous suspect, a 23-year-old Pakistani migrant who had entered Germany under a false name with a criminal record, denied involvement, and police did not have enough evidence to hold him any longer, so released him yesterday. Again, so many Christmases and so many lives devastated, including that of the Polish driver, 37-year-old Łukasz Urban, and his family. The belief is still that his truck was hijacked by the terrorist. He was ultimately shot. He was a strong, tall man. His boss said it would have been very hard to overpower him. A memorial at the Kaiser Wilhelm Church next to the scene of the crash drew Germany's dignitaries yesterday. And again, Heather and Pete, no doubt lots of questions will be asked in the coming days about Angela Merkel's open-door migration policy. Germany basically took in close to 1 million refugees and migrants, many of them essentially unvetted, and also certainly a debate about surveillance in that country, which has a relative dearth of CCTV cameras if you compare to cities like London. Pete and Heather.